Report.
Cadet Salt reports as ordered.
Cadet Sult, stand at ease while I read this to you. First of all, it's very unorthodox to have a family have 3 driver's permits, or permission to have 3. So, one, I need you to appreciate the fact that if we give you a 3rd one, we're kind of sticking our neck out again for the Sults on the to do that. And if there's an incident or accident or speeding tickets, then it can easily be revoked. Okay, do you understand? So your mom and dad are gonna, you know, they're hanging their head out there a bit for you too. Okay, so in order to get you to show me that you're mature enough to have a driver's permit, I'm going to ask you some questions. But first, I want to ask you: have you considered just riding a bike, or taking the bus, or doing the things that other children?
I have, but it's a lot more convenient for me to have a car.
Okay. We have a lot of Japanese just ride bikes. I mean, they
Yes.
come from a lot further away from Dakota than just riding on Dakota. You live on the east side or west side, or?
East side.
So you have to go around the runway.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense a little bit. So okay, I'll give you a point for that. All right. Have you illegally driven an adult to this point? In other words, have you driven without your mom or dad yet?
Well, yes, sir. Well, not illegally, but with my license. I have.
Okay. Okay. So you've had a license for a while, and you drove
2
on
weeks.
Dakota?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did your mom and dad know about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. So I have some questions here. I've got 7 questions I'm going to ask you. And has anybody gone through this, told you what this is like before?
Sir.
Okay. All right. Well, they're canned questions. I think they're all fair. There's stuff that you should have covered, either for your vehicle itself, when you familiarize yourself with that vehicle, or in driver's training. You successfully completed driver's
Yes, sir.
training. Okay. And you passed your test. What was your score?
We didn't get a score.
Was it
They
pass,
just said
fail?
if we passed or failed, but
Okay.
I passed.
And how many questions did they? Was it a test?
It
a written
wasn't.
test?
There wasn't. We had 2 different teachers.
Okay.
So for my first teacher, we had written tests, and we didn't get to see how many we missed.
Okay.
But for the second teacher, we didn't have any written tests.
Well, that's scary. I'm gonna have to call the school.
It's not for the school.
Oh, it's not through the school?
No, sir. It's Right Start, I think.
Okay.
Oh, for the Right Start briefing, probably the test that they do for wing safety.
Okay, so
Is
you
that the
have
one?
that same course, you don't have a driver's course in school, associated with
No,
schools
sir.
like you do in the United States?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, well, let me ask you the same questions I've asked everybody, okay? And the first question, and I'm sure they've taught you this, because you probably, you know, some of the most critical aspects of a car, your brakes and your tires, right? So,
Yes, sir.
because that's what's in contact with the ground, that's what's gonna stop you if you need to stop. So what is your tire pressure supposed to be for your car?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. All right, well, you got 6 more questions, so you probably can do okay. How many tires do you have?
4.
Okay, all right. What is the battery voltage supposed to be for your car?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, do you know how much power your battery, or your radio draws, or
No, sir.
lights draw? Okay, all right. All right, how many seatbelts do you have in your car? And that's important because it tells you how many people you can have go in your car with you.
There's 5.
Okay, all right, so what, 3 in the front, 2 in the back?
2 in the front, 3 in the back.
Okay, good. And what kind of car do you have? This is
Nissan
not one of
Sunny.
those.
Nissan Sunny.
Okay, all right. Okay, do you know the length? When it's time, every year you should exchange your old wiper blades for new ones. Can you tell me the length of the blades you're gonna need to purchase to
I don't know,
replace
sir.
yours? Okay, all right. How many mirrors do you have in your car?
3.
And that's critical. Can you name them? Because that's critical and make sure you know what's going on around you.
Rear view mirror and side mirrors.
Okay, all right, so you know what the score is right now?
Bad.
You're 3 for 6, so you're 50%. I'm gonna ask you one tiebreaker question, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did they have you change a tire? Have you ever changed a tire?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. This question has to do with changing a tire, because one thing, if I was a dad, I would never want my daughter on the side of the road and unable to change a tire, because that's where, you know, abductions, people get hit on the side of the road by trucks all the time. So I want to know, how many lug nuts do you have on your tire?
4.
That's right. Okay, for your car, it's 4. So you pass, okay, but just barely,
Yes, sir.
all right? And do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right. So that wasn't so bad, was it?
Still shaky.
Okay. All right. So congratulations.
Thank
I'll
you.
get you your pass. You can drive here on base. And before you leave, I just want you to look over there at the camera and say,
You said you weren't gonna let him do that.
Thanks, sir.